Hi, I'm alive. Surprise. Okay, I'm gonna start this by saying, please forgive me. I'm not gonna make any excuses. I have not been very good at updating people. It's been busy. I'm not saying that's an excuse. It's just, yeah. This has been a very intense school, and I think it got to that point where even when it got less busy, I then was so overwhelmed with the thought of like, oh my gosh, it's been like a month. What do I say? What do I say? How do I do this? And then I just kept putting it off because I was like worried no one would even care now. And I've rebuked those lies in the name of Jesus. And now we're here. So hi, hello, I'm alive, and I'm very well. So I just wanted to, I don't even know what I want to say. To be honest, so much has happened since I last updated people, and I think the big thing I just want to share is that this has been a really, really beautiful experience. My relationship with God has just skyrocketed since being here, so I just come bearing good news, really. And I haven't shed my face. I'm in the book of Samuel. Like, we've gone so far already. We're already in like the 9th book. We're doing Samuel's combined as well, so yeah, very far in already. I'm closer to coming home for Christmas than I am having started the school, so yeah. But no, oh my goodness, God is good, guys. I don't know if you knew that, but God is good. And I think it's been such a beautiful experience too, especially coming from my DTS, where like very quickly from one to the other, like I'm kind of seeing a lot of the ripening of the fruit that was growing in me in DTS. You know, I think I've said, but when I was in my DTS in Japan, it was the first time I really fell in love with Jesus. Like I really fell in love with him. And then to go from that to SBS and like see God and see Jesus almost through his word, like I say almost because I'm not in the New Testament yet, but yeah, like seeing it in the word for the first time for myself has been so beautiful. I cannot express to you how beautiful it's been, and the depth I've been able to go into the word. Oh my gosh, the things I've seen, so cool. Yeah, it's taken a while to get to this point as well, I must say, because I think the struggle of trying to do the studies the way I'm supposed to do them, and you know, I'm not able to go as deep as I want to go, but that's because this school is about teaching us how to go, like how to do it. We have a whole life ahead of me to go as deep as I want, so but trying to juggle that and make sure I meet my deadlines has been really hard. And I think even let alone keeping people updated, I've barely been able to like keep myself alive. And like I haven't seen any of Canada yet. Montreal, I don't know about it. I haven't left this building much except to go to Walmart. So yeah, it's been a long process, but I feel a bit more stable now. I'm getting the hang of things. And yeah, things are really good. If you have any questions, please ask me, because I know I've missed. There's so many things I want to share about all the books I've read and all the things I've learned about them, but I obviously don't think I have the time to do that. I'd be here for like ages. So if you have any questions about what I thought about this book, what's something that stood out, please ask me. Please do. I miss you all so much. I think, yeah, it's been such a blessed experience to be here, and I think I'm just so grateful to you guys for basically the reason I'm here. Obviously God being the main one, but you know, your generosity is basically what got me here, and I just want to honor you guys and make sure I'm keeping you updated. And I just ask for your forgiveness in the fact that I haven't been doing that for like the last month. I'm determined to be consistent from here on out, at least weekly, if not bi-weekly. I think is my line. No later than every 2 weeks, because yeah, some books are more intense than others. Specifically Samuel, oh my goodness, is very, very hard. I just did Ruth, which was 4 chapters, and I got 3 days to do that, and now I have Samuel, which is 55 in total, and 7 days to do it, so it's a lot more condensed. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, my someone just came in for asking for someone, so I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, what I wanted to share was I wanted to just share a little story, just to sort of encapsulate what's going on between me and God, and how this has really been such a beautiful experience for me to be here. There's nothing to do with any of the books actually in any of the cities. It's more of a result of it. I think the books actually, before I say that, I want to just highlight the books that have really stood out to me and like I've had such an impact with. They've all had an impact, but the ones that had the biggest impact. And some of them will surprise you, I think. But yeah, for me, the first book that really hit me was Leviticus. And I know what you're thinking. Leviticus is just a bunch of laws. I was that person. I was like, oh yeah, Leviticus is boring. No. Like, I was crying through that book a little bit because I just saw the frame that Jesus fills. And like the heart of, finally, I didn't just see the laws for the first time. I saw like the heart behind it and like what it meant, why those laws are there, what God was doing, how that contrasts as well to other gods at the time of like the Canaanites and like the Egyptians and all this stuff, like how it goes against all of those other gods and what they would do in their religions and stuff. It's just so cool. Like, God is so cool. He's truly like Lord of Lords, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, he is the one and true God. Like, I just saw it through that book. And again, like I said, like just that mold that was left for Jesus to fill almost through that book, I think. And then Deuteronomy. Now, I think that's a classic. I don't know anyone who doesn't read Deuteronomy and go, because the love of God in that book, you know, the revelation of God as the Father, I think, and his love for us is really like encapsulated in that book. And I think, you know, so much of the Bible going forward links back to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy is almost like the heart of the Pentateuch, even though it's at the end. You know, I think that was a really interesting book for me that really, really impacted me. I was crying as well. I was crying so much at the end of that book as well. And then the next book that really impacted me, and again, this is going to be rogue, The Judges. And I know that book's sad. That book is sad, you know, but I think it was the first time I recognized the mercy of God, and like also like in his word. I think it's the first book where it's like, man is really slow to anger. Like, the people really were disobeying again and again, and he saw the need, and he said in Deuteronomy, like, they need a king. And the whole book of Judges is like really pointing to a king. Jesus, obviously, we know that, but at the time they knew that God knew that they would ask for a king, and then he would give one, and there were rules for it. But also just like when you think of how many years of oppression there was in each cycle of judge, but then how many years of rest there was afterwards, there's actually more rest than oppression. And like, that's something I think people forget. And just how, as someone who didn't grow up Christian, you know, Israel aren't trying to do bad. The people of this generation, is almost like not their fault, in a way that it was up to the generation of Joshua to make sure they're teaching their children. That was something Deuteronomy was like, teach your kids. And like, they didn't. And so they did what they thought was right because they didn't know any better. And I was like, oh, that was my life. Like, I don't know, just trying until I found Jesus. Like, I was just trying to do my best, and it wasn't working. And it was cool. I went through so much bad stuff, and it's like, it really hit me, like that connection I made between myself and like the Israelites, and like how, and this is also something I recognize in Samuel, like arguably David on paper sinned more than Saul. In a way, he did more bad things if you pick them all out, not just the major bits, but like the way he dealt with his sin was the thing that put him above, like set him above Saul. It's not about his sin, it's how he responded to it, it's how he was repentant, it's how he had a heart for God, where Saul was like, it's not my fault. And the same for like the Israelites, you know, it's like that concept of, like in Judges, I mean, it's like they were just kind of doing their best. And it wasn't anything about I mean, obviously there is blame. I'm not saying the Israelites were blameless. They absolutely weren't. They should have been teaching their kids, and they probably should have tried to learn a bit better through each judge, but then the judges themselves weren't that great, and it was just this pile of mess, right? Everyone's just trying their best, and man, they needed God. But yeah, I just really found those books really impactful. I mean, Judges mainly though. I found it really... I think what happened with Judges really is what it made me realize how much I am so grateful for my salvation, you know. And Ruth as well was a really beautiful book because it kind of ties in with Judges going around. It happens at the same time, same period. But like, this is a story of hope, this tiny little story of hope within this book of just sadness and downfall. Beautiful. Anyway, those are the books that are really hitting me. Samuel's also been really good, but I haven't finished it yet, so I'll let you know. Anyway, the story I was going to tell you before I went on that rabbit hole, apologies. So a couple of days ago, actually a bit before that, I was having a conversation with someone here, and I was like kind of saying that I had discovered in myself that I have taken the fun out of everything. I have found that I have made my faith and my relationship with God something that is not fun, because I have been focusing so much on getting things right, rather than enjoying the process. And you know, I feel like sometimes I feel guilty for leaning on his grace, even though that's not what it's there for. And you know, it's good that I feel a bit like a weight of sin. It's good I feel like no one should take sin lightly, but I think I was taking it too hard, and to the point where I was almost paralyzed in making decisions. Everything was just, I sucked the fun out of everything because I was like, I need to do it right, and if I don't do it right, then it's all pointless. And so I remember having this conversation with my friend, and he was like, I was like that, and he said, what he told me he did, he said, one time I just decided I wanted to start having fun with God, and so he went out into the woods and he picked up a stick and he pretended to have a sword fight with God, and I thought that was the most beautiful thing. And he was like, I felt really silly, but it was fun, and I had fun, and I was like, that's really cute. I really like the idea of that. I think sometimes I just forget that's the relationship he wants with us. It doesn't feel right sometimes to me, I think. But then a couple of days ago, in the snow, I went for a walk, and I was just, because my spirit was just so much, like, so stirring within me reading his word. Like, I was reading the word and my heart was, like, my spirit was, like, churning, and I was like, how beautiful. Like, what more proof do you need that the word is alive? Do you know what I mean? That my body is responding. The spirit that God has given me, like, his spirit within me is responding to that word within me. And I was like, what on earth? This is amazing. And I was like, I feel like I need to just talk to God. And so I went out for a walk, and I walked for a while, and I was just expressing my gratitude for his spirit within me, because people didn't have the spirit of God in them. Like, imagine that. Can you even imagine that? I can't. Like, the people in Judges, they didn't have the spirit of God in them. That wasn't a thing yet. And I'm like, even before I knew Jesus, his spirit was in me. Like, I can record times where the spirit of God was in me. It may have been not great because I wasn't acting in it, but there's so many moments in my life I look back and I'm like, I felt him in me. You know, I look back now, and it's like, imagine not having him. Anyway, I was like walking through the woods, and I came to this brook, and I was like, I remembered the story my friend told me about him having a sword fight. I was like, right, what does that look like for me? I was like, what do I want to do right now? What should we do? And I just felt like the Lord said, I want to hear you sing. And I was like, what do you mean? And so I felt like a little child, like a 5-year-old me wanting to do a performance for my parents, and like being a little bit shy and being like, okay. And I literally stood there and I sung, like, I felt like I was on a stage and God was watching me, and that was it. And I sung him a song, and I cried. I cried so much. And I just felt like that might have been, like, obviously when we worship God, and I sing to him, but there was something different about that. And I really felt like I felt this closeness with God I have never felt before. And that was really beautiful. It was really special, and I felt like my dad was just watching me perform, and I got like that same feeling, and I think that's the first time I've ever really felt that with God. And like, this is just all through the discovery of him and his word, and like, yeah, it's been so beautiful to be here. I'm growing so much in my faith, I'm growing so much in my knowledge of the word, my relationship with God is just skyrocketing, and I just feel this call to keep going deeper, and I really hope I can afford to carry on doing this school. And it's just like, yeah, it's been a really, really beautiful and fruitful time, and I really wanted to take the time to tell you that. I'm sorry this video is probably really long, but yeah, it has been so good to be here, and I'm so grateful to your generosity to get me here. And again, I'm sorry I've not been good at updating you. It's not good. I need to do better, and so I'm trying, and I'm going to do better for you guys. And I hope that this story about how I'm doing, what's been going on, has been encouraging, that your donations and your gift to me financially and also in your prayers has not fallen flat. It's been so good. I want to cry, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying not to cry on camera, but yeah, it has been such a beautiful experience, and I'm so grateful to be here. And yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that, and please talk to me. I miss you. I have been really church homesick, I'm not gonna lie, so church homesick. And fun fact, yesterday, 21st of November, was the 4-year anniversary of me joining New Life Church, and it was a very special day to me, actually, because most of you will probably know, but some of you will not. I came to church when I had knew Jesus, but then like I kind of carried on living my life for like 4 years, and then there was this day I was just hungry, and I knew I needed to go to church. I had no idea about anything. Like, my faith was so different to how it is now, and to think about the fact that 4 years ago I walked into New Life Church like such a baby Christian, having no idea what to do, just following the call that Lord put in me, that hunger that he put in me, and like looking at where I am now, I'm gonna cry. Yeah. It is really special, and I owe a lot of that to you guys as well for your discipleship. And so, oh my gosh, don't cry. Yeah, thank you. Because yeah, the person I was 4 years ago is a very different person who's sitting here now. So and yeah, my faith is so different, my life is so different, and I've never been happier in my whole life. So I want to share that as well, because that's really special. Anyway, I'm gonna go and cry somewhere and then carry on with my studies, because I'm very behind in my Samuel work, so please pray for me in that. Speaking of that, prayer requests. My health would be great. I keep swinging on the balance of being sick, and I find very little time, especially now it's snowing. I don't know how to exercise. It's quite a hard thing to figure out how to do in this weather, and also with my schedule. My diet is also not great. The food here is not as healthy as it was in Japan, and I'm feeling it a little bit. But yeah, I would just love your prayer in the development of my faith, that I would continue to lean on him, continue going deeper, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel really good. I just want to continue going, and yeah, if you ever have any words of encouragement or any messages from the Lord to tell me, please tell me. Yeah, I think encouragement would be nice, because there's a lot of times I still get very discouraged in myself as I go through the school. Excuse me. And yeah, I'll leave it there. I love you guys very much. I miss you guys a lot. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I needed to do a big update. And I hope to speak to you all at some point. Please message me. I feel bad, because I'm like, I took so long to reply to everyone, and I managed to reply to everyone, and now I'm like, no one's talking to me. Please talk to me. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Anyway.